And then I guess it's no surprise, the federal government couldn't beat Vince McMahon, and neither could God with Shawn Michaels as a tag team partner. Vince and Shane win? What are we doing, John? Come on.
Did he pin God at one time, or did God leave?
I mean, he just. Do you even hear what we're saying right now? Like we're
going to hell just for this podcast.
I don't even.
We're going to hell for this podcast. We're going to be in hell with Bruce.
I mean, here's the thing that was great, because now you're asking the journalists to recap it. So I think Wade Keller wrote something like this: good spectacle match with good heat for HBK's comebacks. The finish didn't feel like the type of finish to conclude a feud.
Just because you beat the guy that created the universe? I don't know why that.
I'll be honest. I don't think that Backlash 06 was the blow off between God and Vince. I think they're still working rematches now. I mean, what are we?
Now this fight's going to happen again.
I hope they're not going to a steel cage next. I mean, my gosh, dude.
Vince got a little color there for God, it looks like. Look at that.
Was Vince a spray tanner? Or was he a real?
I think so. Yeah, I think spray. He was a tanning bed guy. Back in the day, we didn't have spray tan, so he was always a tanning bed guy.
My gosh, dude! The idea that this was actually a real match is one of the silliest, craziest things of all time. Hey, let's talk.
Let me ask you this: Did it get heat? Other than people being mad at it,
I think everybody was kind of eye rolling it. I mean, that's what was happening in my household at the time. It was like, oh, why are they doing this? Let me know when it's over. Not like in a good way, but it felt weird. It felt stupid. And listen, I mean, obviously we say and cut up and have a lot of silly stuff here on the show, but I'm a Christian. I think a lot of people would be like, man, this is blasphemous. And I think that's a fair take on this, which is why I felt like this is Vince maybe trying to find a boundary with Shawn. Like, how far can I push this? What can I get him to say no to? Maybe I'm wrong, but
and Shawn didn't have, from what I read some of the notes he had, Shawn didn't have obviously he didn't have a problem with it. Shawn wouldn't have done it. Shawn's a guy that wouldn't do anything he didn't want to do. That's why Vince loved him. I mean, I've seen Shawn talk to Vince like most guys couldn't, and Vince just respected him. I mean, Vince had so much love and respect for Shawn. Shawn wouldn't have done it if he thought it was bad. He obviously thought it was a work, and he thought it was part of a fictional show, and didn't have a problem with it. It's just nuts. When we heard about this backstage, Conrad, I mean, everybody just laughed. Like, this is so Vince. Vince is going to beat God. He has to. I mean, he beat Crockett. He beat Fritz. He beat Graham. He beat the government. Now he's going to beat God. It's so funny. Like, we brought in David Koechner, the guy who was a funny guy. He was the comedian, but was a weatherman in what's the movie with where he was the weatherman? I'm talking about the Big Texan with Will Ferrell, Anchorman. Funny guy. He brought him in to fuck with the parent-teacher council, and he did a great job. Tommy Blanchard had it all written for him. I mean, that was going to be world-class stuff. That guy's David Koechner is so talented. You had Tommy Blanchard, who's this great writer, writing it, and Vince overseeing all of it, who just had this devious mind. He wanted to mess with these guys because they were messing with us. And all of a sudden, when they saw that, they backed off completely. It was just like they threw their hands up and like, guys, we have assaulted a sleeping giant, and we didn't know it. We are backing off. We don't care what you do. I think that's what Vince thought about, kind of like all this with God. I think, kind of literally one of the things people used to always say is don't find God, because every wrestler who would get in trouble would find God. And, mainly because you've lost your wife or you've lost your job or something, and you got to make money. So you find God, and, and then all of a sudden, oh, they found God. So they're all forgiven. Shawn wasn't like that, by the way. So many guys weren't, but a lot of guys were. Shawn was legitimate about his belief, but I think a lot of it came from that with so many guys that were working the religious gimmick out there. I think this was Vince taking a shot at all of that, and all of the religious people who were holier than thou. Vince didn't like any of that. He didn't like anybody preaching down to him.
Right.
I think this was Vince taking a shot at a lot of people. And how do you do that? You go to the most valuable thing they have, and that is their faith. And with some people, that faith is misguided, and I think that's who Vince was going after.
Well, Lord have mercy. This was not only questionable creative with the start of the match, but the finish, it becomes clear this is a vehicle to help push the Spirit Squad. The Spirit Squad are going to come out and make the save for the McMahons and ultimately place Vince on top of Shawn for the win. And Jerry Lawler has a call here that says that was for the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit Squad. My God, what are we even doing? Listen to you laughing. You love it.
I think it's hilarious. I think it is so funny. I thought it was funny at the time. I cannot believe Vince is going to go wrestle God and beat him. Vince ain't putting God over. I mean, this man is the one that sent the flood. I mean, this is the one who sent the plagues on the Egyptians.
I don't even know what we're doing. AOTV production says, when Vince comes face to face with God and God asks why he booked himself to beat him in a wrestling match, what will Vince say to him? And I think the answer is probably he had him on a nightly deal. He couldn't win. Like, unless you got God under a long-term contract, how can you? And God knows everybody loves a comeback story. They should have done a rematch 3 days later. I mean, that would have made sense.
3 days. That's right. You can have God. You can have God like in the dressing room, and the stone is rolled back, and God comes out of the dressing room after 3 days and goes after Vince.
Instead of this Tuesday in Texas, this Wednesday in Jerusalem. I don't know. Make it a comeback.
That's right. You could have somebody, Mary Magdalenish, waiting at the dressing room when the stone gets rolled back, and here comes God, and after 3 days, and makes the big comeback on Vince.
I had a few jokes that I have to keep to myself. We should move on before we get ourselves in trouble here. Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment, and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105 or get yourself a quick quote. Even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.